a little bit of coffee in my Philadelphia cup. Hey there folks, I'm Jasmine, aka Big Stratus here on YouTube, and I'm here with a video of 6 don'ts with time management. If you're new to my channel, welcome, and if you're not, then you already know I'm a multidisciplinary artist. I like to paint, I like to play music, I like to make digital art, I write, I do a lot of different things. On top of that, I also work. I am a full-time student. With all that in mind, how does one manage everything? I'm still kind of figuring that out myself. But I do have 6 don'ts that I've learned through my wonderful time being alive in this world, aka 23 years of life. I'm still a youngin' by all means, but I do have some sort of idea what works for me, and I wanted to share that with you. My first don't is to don't keep everything in your head. The one thing that has helped me for almost the last decade is to keep a planner. I personally got really into bullet journaling, and I enjoy that aspect of creating a planner. There's that creative side to it where you get to customize, you get to make your spreads, you could have different things go into this journal. I really like that aspect of it. Though I became really in and out towards the last couple years since I either had no time or I just wasn't feeling as creative. Over time, I did get into more of a digital aspect of journaling, bullet journaling really. I still made my own spreads. And then since I saw that there's a whole market for digital planners and digital planner stickers, since I've been doing that for like the last 10 years, I really want to learn how to do that. So that's been on my mind, and how creating that as a business. Moreover, I use GoodNotes as my planner. I've been using GoodNotes for the last couple years, since 2019 when I first kind of got into the digital notebook era. I found ways that work for me, and with GoodNotes, they really know their demographic when it comes to their features on their app, so I really like it. Granted, I haven't really ventured out into Notability or other notebook taking apps on there. GoodNotes just seemed to work for me, and it continues to work for me. I downloaded this digital planner that I got from Etsy. Technically I got it from a friend. Got it from Etsy because I just wanted to try it out. I didn't want to like commit to something. Granted, it's not that pricey, but I still wanted to see whether or not it would work, and I had a friend say this one works for them, so I thought that would work out for me. I have embraced my inner iPad kid, and honestly I love working on my iPad. The digital level is forgiving. You could just undo or change things with a touch of a button, or touch of your screen, so I really like that aspect into the creative field. And if you still like the traditional aspect of having a journal, writing things down, stick with it. There's no push, there's no pressure to move on to a digital platform if you're not comfortable with it, or if you just have preferences. Honestly, do what works for you. All the time management things that you have to account for goes into your own schedule, goes into your own thoughts, into how you spend your time and what would be more efficient for you. Other than my planner, I have a calendar in my room that's my general monthly calendar. It has both my personal and my work life on there, and my school life, and I like to create little notes on the section. And then I've got these magnets that I got from a yard sale a couple of years ago. I think they're cute and they're reusable, so I don't have to write down the date every day. It helps me out to have a big planner, so then I have an idea of like where we are in the month. Next to it, I have a T-chart with the sections labeled things to do and things that are done. Obviously, it's kind of self-explanatory where you have the list of things to do, on one side and things that are done on the other side. I used to move things on a weekly and daily basis depending on what kind of activity that I wanted to keep up with myself on the daily or weekly basis. Lately, I've kind of been using it as a habit tracker. I move things that I have wanted to make a habit, like walking my dog, making my bed, getting dressed for the day, basic things as a habit. I wanted to start off with things that are pretty easy and then move forward to things that are kind of more difficult. On the other side though, on the things that are to do, are more so ideas as well to branch out on my creative side, or anything that I have written that has been an idea to create or to make. So then I have a list of backup things that I'd want to do. It's just there. It's like out in the open. Seeing what I have to do like in front of me makes it easier on my brain to register that it's something to actually do and just cross them out. My second don't is to don't keep doom scrolling, and this is easier said than done. Any app that has that vertical footage where you could just swipe up is very detrimental to my own time management, whether it is like TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Pinterest was a big one for me and then it got into YouTube Shorts, and so I find anything that has that sort of aspect where they want to keep you on the app, I don't have it on my phone. Period. I be spending hours and hours on certain platforms, and it killed my time to create because I was just consuming. My brain really liked the consumption part because it was easy, you know? I opted to put all of those apps onto my iPad. It discouraged me from like just staying on my phone. The phone is a conveniently sized item where you can just chill anywhere, whereas an iPad, you know, you have to, it's a little bit more bulky, not as conventional to do said doom scroll things. I still allow myself from time to time to just scroll and enjoy mindless videos, but I catch myself more often in the act, and I try to transfer that energy into something else, whether it's to read a book or I draw, I sketch. Especially if I'm on my iPad still, then I just do that. One thing that I also did was to get Procreate Pocket on my phone. If I have like moments where I didn't bring my iPad, I just like sketch on my phone, and that does about the same. I opt to sketch instead of scroll. Doom scrolling really can be taking hours and hours of your time, so I try to poof the doom scrolling. My third don't is to don't worry about it, just do it. This one is definitely harder to act onto, very easier said than done, because I've definitely spent my time, you know, worrying about the what ifs, the future, the different aspects of life that could come to you, whether it's like this class project that you have, or, you know, deadline that you have to make for artistic gallery things, such. I also take time worrying about doing those things rather than actually just executing them. It goes into the idea that this work's gonna define me, that it's not perfect. Honestly, just do the thing. Just do it. This also kind of goes into my personal assignments. Just as a student, I'm very thankful to have professors that are very lenient in their scheduling of grading. If you aren't as fortunate enough to have lenient professors, then some things you just gotta take an L. We gotta leave that worries in the past and understand, like, we subconsciously took that L for not doing so and so. We didn't have enough time. We all make these reasons, maybe excuses, for us not being prominent and being present in our lives. Worrying, doing all those things that negatively affect you and doesn't get you anywhere, won't get you anywhere. Just do the thing. Fourth don't is to don't be strict on yourself and allow time for rest. It's hard for some people to take time to rest. Often I see people part of the hustle culture, part of the work culture, and it's all about that high, we gotta do this, we gotta take this chance, we gotta get this done, and that's awesome. That's fantastic. But, you know, sometimes our bodies are not machines. Not sometimes, all the time. Our bodies are not machines. And so then, like, being on that grind is great. You're on the uprise. It's natural for life to have that up and those downs. To prevent burnout personally, I have to put in the time to relax, to play a video game, to walk my dog, to do different things that allows my body to clear out my mind of the things that I have to do instead of just being on go. I do really like walking my dog when I have like a full day schedule to do, whether it's like to edit this video, to do a school project, to create this other thing. It really helps me just to take a break, be very in tune with my body, in tune with like breathing. It always helps me being around nature. A lot of my visual art, I should say, is nature-based, and so kind of being out there also gets my brain coming up with new ideas. I've read 2 books. One is The Creative Act by Rick Rubin, and the second one is The Artist Way. I think everyone knows The Artist Way, actually. And that's by Julia Cameron. In both books, they do mention the act of working out or like, you know, getting those endorphins going as a benefit to a person's artistry. And I think it's amazing. It helps with your personal confidence. It helps with just your mind, like mentally. I think it's awesome to just be able to still be mobile for your future body. If our body and minds are healthy, then we don't have to worry about other things. Also, it's just nice to have like rest time that's like to see your friends or to spend time with family. These things could be really critical to one's mental health as well as one's physical health. My fifth don't to time management is to don't be last minute with yourself. Prepare for the best. This takes practice. I think this time management skill takes practice because often I see myself kind of like preparing last minute or like getting ready last minute, leaving at last minute, and it doesn't give you the self-respect. Time management consists of understanding who you are, what your goals are, what kind of things we desire to achieve. You have to understand yourself to a great extent, not only where your time goes, but like how you'd want to spend your time. To give yourself up to the last minute, sometimes it's nice because, you know, you have all the extra things and maybe you need those last extra minutes. But if you don't, if you know it's something that you could get done, just get it done. I have to say this through all of my procrastination sessions. Ask yourself, what am I avoiding getting done? Why am I avoiding it? Why are you holding back from your own potential to succeed? What makes you want to limit yourself and say like, yeah, I could do this last minute? Like, what other things on your hands are really important? You know, you gotta give that respect to yourself and it will reflect. My sixth and last don't in time management is to don't go on this journey alone. Work with a friend. Sometimes when I need a little extra help, a little extra push, I do call up a friend or work with one of my siblings on a project side by side. Maybe they have something that they need to do and I need something that I need to do, and we could just sit down and work on our respective objectives in the same vicinity. I find that really helpful just because it's kind of like pressure that, oh, someone else is working, so I'm associating myself with working. It helps me out a lot, honestly, to be able to work with a friend. Not only does it get my mind going on, oh, that person's working, a little bit of pressure on my side, but it's also I want to work. This is why we're here. Oftentimes I do get a little distracted with the friend, but we have to get back to what's happening, what's going on, and we are humans. I feel like it's natural for us to kind of pack together and be able to do these activities together. Granted, there are some things that we cannot do with other people. I saw this a lot in the visual art world. Personally, in the past, I've only done artwork by myself. I've painted by myself. The hobby became something that was very relaxing in my mind, but once I got into school, there are other artists out there that can inspire you, that can help you formulate your concept or ideas to a bigger level, to give you techniques that you may not have known before. The collaboration aspect into your work also might help you, not only time management wise, but also for the future. I think it's beautiful how humans could do that. So overall, I would say that this video is to encourage you to understand yourself, to encourage you to understand what your goals are, to understand the awesomeness of collaboration and rest, and to be able to really point out what you need to do in order to benefit your time management. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, share it with a friend that may also need some extra help with time management. Comment below another tip that you think that a person would benefit from if I haven't talked about it. I would love to hear some more tips to also gain more skill in this field. Until next time, y'all, take care and peace.